Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Pelican Aegis bags. If you're more into travel and kind of everyday carry, you want a durable bag, it has a little bit of rigidity, then get the OG Pelican Aegis. I say OG, it's like a year old. But if you are looking for something that is a little bit more tactical, it has patented multicam, and it has just different functionality with the molly and an outside pocket, then get the Pelican Aegis Tactical. I mean, it's not very hard. You say, X, which one would you get? After traveling, literally traveling with the Aegis and using the tactical version for my rucking bag, me personally, I would get the tactical one. We're gonna talk about why. But these are great bags. These are by Pelican. And I like what they're doing with this line. These have to be considered. This new lineup, this multi-cam one has to be considered maybe like bag of the year for 2026, and we're early in the year. Even this bag being a year old still feels like it's just hammering against the competition and all of that good stuff. So we're gonna talk about each. We'll talk about the specs, but another thing that might kind of sway you on what you wanna do is ultimately the price point. So this bag here is coming in at $229.95, and it feels okay, $229. I wish it gave you a little bit more for that price point, but after traveling with it and using it, it feels like super well worth it on a lot of fronts. It's tactical brethren right here. Make sure I get my pricing right. This one is $339.95. It does include an additional range bag inside. It includes a removable waist strap. We'll talk about why the differences in price points. Now it's gonna take me a little bit longer to go over the tactical one. So let's first talk about its older brother. This is the original, the PX25 by Pelican. They make this in an 18 liter and a 25 liter. 18 liter seems to make the most sense if you are more EDC focused. So you're gonna be taking the bag a lot to cafes and stuff like that. 25 liter makes a lot of sense if you're gonna use it for camera equipment and or travel and or everyday carry. It makes a lot of sense for that. You can see here it does have stripper molly here, stripper molly here. I will tell you, this molly on this corner is almost completely unusable. I've actually had one of the Pelican accessory pouches hooked up on this thing. It was hard to get through. So the molly on the side is just basically aesthetics. These are almost unusable. It is what it is. They do have this Pelican ID system. It comes with a little ID holder. They have this whole ID system. So if you want to identify this bag at a certain time, it has camera equipment inside. You can put that in there. Or if you're a part of a rescue team or if you're part of a group, you can put different ID patches in here. It's just a little strip of loop panel. I've replaced mine with a Semper Fi patch, but the back of the bag is probably the star of the show. So I had this thing loaded down with a YouTube camera, a bunch of equipment for SHOT Show, and between this, it just kept my back from being sweaty. And on the first day of SHOT Show, I took this to SHOT Show in Las Vegas. First day of SHOT Show, I walked 7 miles. Second day, I carried a different bag. But that second day when I carried a different bag from another company, I could feel the difference. It made me miss this bag. You know what I miss the most? These big beefy shoulder straps. If you are a guy like me, if you're like 5'9" and taller, I'm 6'2", I have broad shoulders, these feel great. Okay, if you are a woman, if you don't have very broad shoulders, these might actually feel like they're swallowing you. So that might be where the 18 liter, I don't know if the 18 liter has the same size straps, but that might be something that you want to take into consideration. Another thing that makes this thing fantastic, it does have pass-through that's horizontal, which means your bag stays standing up whenever you have this thing on top of a piece of luggage, which is also great because I like to keep my stuff nice and steady. Nalgene size holder on the side here, meaning that it can take your typical Nalgene bottle with no issues. And so you're good to go with that. So it does carry that molly look all the way down here. I wouldn't put anything here because it kind of stretches the pocket out, but I like the fact they kept the aesthetics up. It has this little compression strap. So once you load this thing out with entirely too much crap, you can put this in here and compress the bag down a little bit more. The other side, same compression strap. Now, one thing I like about this strap also is that if you put something longer in here, like a tripod, you can use that strap to kind of hold that, that item steady. Over here, there's a storage area. So if you want to put stuff in there like lotion, which I did all the time, hand sanitizer, you can do stuff like that. Keep it accessible for you. I kept extra batteries in here whenever I was actually traveling. Very decent size. So the laptop area is back here, okay? It has this whole padded area. The entire area is loop lined. So I got my little 15-inch laptop tester here. That thing just gets swallowed up. It's a false bottom, so it's not actually touching the bottom of the ground or whatever. So that's good to go. And this is one of the best self-standing bags I've ever used. It competes with some of the brands like Brown Buffalo has really good self-standing bags. This is a great self-standing bag. So I like the fact that they have a completely separate laptop compartment. And in this area also, there are 2 pockets. And what I did with these pockets is I will put the charger specifically for the laptop and maybe leave this pocket open for my cell phone. So when I was in airports, I could just easily access this, whether I was at a bar and I had this hanging from a hero clip and I wanted to take a quick look and put my phone in there. I could do that while I was sitting at the bar and I didn't want my phone sitting on the bar. That was nice. Here's another feature that I want more brands to do, okay? When you get inside, well, first off, all the zippers are TSA lockable. So they have these TSA lockable zippers, which is good. Well, at least for the main compartment. Okay, the laptop compartment, they made an improvement on the tactical one we'll talk about here in a second. You take this full zipper down and this thing fully opens clamshell, but even while clamshell, it still stays self-standing. You really have to overload the lid before this thing falls over. I like how they did this a lot. So it can fit accessories in it from their mod line. So this is one of their accessories. It does not come with this bag. This is just a bag to kind of show you what can fit in there if you got that from Pelican. But it has this MOLLE in here, but all the MOLLE in here is oriented in such a way you will be putting your stuff in there horizontal. This is gonna be good to put like a tripod, packs. This is where I would say that for over 200 bucks, I wish it gave me a little bit more organization. So I like this way it's built out. And the reason that they went with this is because you have a whole separate laptop area, but I would like a couple more pockets or something. You really are forced to either let your stuff in there free ball or buy pouches, which I'm cool with. Some people won't be cool with, so you have to really think about if that's gonna work for you. This is what the back, you know, it looks like this when you get it. This is another accessory that does not come with it. So for this money, you're getting the bag. This was extra. This thing here is a part of their mod system. That's extra money. That's like a nice admin thing. You see that's loop panel. And then you have this pocket up here that you can throw stuff in, which I normally would keep like my truck keys. Like once I started traveling and I want to lose the keys in my truck, I put them in that pocket. It's kind of what it looks like on me. So, I mean, it feels really good. Good looking bag. So this is the travel bag. It's a freaking banger of a bag. And I didn't think it could get much better until Pelican sent out their tactical line. Side note, Pelican sent me these bags. They're not sponsoring this video. They're not paying for this content. Matter of fact, they don't even know, they don't get to see this before you guys get to see it. So just kind of throw that out there. This is a different bag altogether, but kind of similar. This is still a self-standing bag until you put crap in the front of it. Now, little secret, I'm holding this down with a big ass flashlight. That's what's keeping this bag upright because my actual ballistic helmet would weigh this thing down and make it fall over. But I wanted to show you what it looks like with different stuff inside. So ballistic helmet, you can see one of my cons with it is because they're trying to keep that clamshell opening with the crease, they couldn't go all the way down, but it still will hold a ballistic helmet just fine. Okay, so that's one thing to look at. Let's take this out. Let's say, for instance, you want to load your gas mask up. This is what it would look like if you loaded your gas mask up with no pouch. So just raw gas mask with a can. So there you go. Gas mask in there, works just fine. And let's just say, for instance, you want to put a poncho. It's raining that day or whatever. You can put a big ass poncho up here. And you got these cinch downs right here, so you could cinch it down more if you needed to, okay? So you obviously see what that looks like with different items inside. It tightens up with these straps. And then there's some cord keeper here to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. Once you see what I did here, I can take this flashlight out the way. Because as long as you have this packed correctly, it does self-stand like a beast. I got stuff in here. Let me move the crap out the way because I know I don't have it packed correctly. I'm making it top heavy on purpose, but there you go. You still get that self-standing features. That's what it looks like. This bag is only a year newer than its cousin, but you can tell they were listening to feedback already, okay? So, of course, you have Molly in the front, which you can use to attach stuff to. You have a full loop panel up here, so you can still do that same ID concept of his cousin. You would just be doing it at the very, very top. The back has the same fantastic feeling when it comes to the molding back here. Still has the luggage pass-through. This one has a removable waist strap, whereas its cousin does. Not only does it not have a waist strap, you can't even attach a waist strap to its cousin, you know, so I like that they gave you this option. You still get the great beefy shoulder straps. You still get the pass-throughs. This was an opportunity for me personally. I think that they could have put a hole in here for a bladder or comms, but they tried to make this as water resistant as possible. Now, Pelican says that this can withstand like being rained on they don't give it like a specific amount of time, but you can't dump this in water. And I would trust that. I've walked with this in the rain, and I've seen a few tests on the internet. People are spraying it with a hose. That just seemed a little nonsensical. But if you're just walking with this casually in the rain, this thing seemed to be doing fine for me, except for this outboard pocket. Maybe it wasn't as good as the inside pockets, but the laptop pocket was goated. Here, still same storage in there, so you can still throw stuff inside that you want. Over here, you still got the Nalgene size bottle. Now the difference is you don't have those compression straps anymore. Okay. That strap area is being used for this little kind of like folding bat wing in the front. So because of that, you no longer have that. But what they did do is on the laptop area, which was a complaint I had from its brother, there are now 2 zippers on the laptop area. And those zippers have TSA locks. This bag only has 1 zipper on the laptop area, and it was a complete headache because you had to remember to always park that zipper correctly. This one you can park the zippers left, right, or in the middle. You're gonna be able to get to the laptop area with no issues. Still big old area for the laptop. Still set up, okay, same way for you to get in there. Here's the difference. When you get inside the bag, you still get the clamshell, but the reason for the price increase is a couple of things. First off, this is genuine multicam, the same multicam that our troops used in 2010 in Afghanistan. So multicam gives you a benefit because it cuts down on when people are using night vision devices, specifically IR. This cuts down because of the weave pattern on your footprint. It makes it harder for you to be seen at night. So if you're wearing multicam fatigues, if you got a ballistic helmet that has the right type of outfit on it for like multicam plus this bag, it makes it harder for you to be identified with IR. So if you care about infrared being able to spot you and stuff like that, cutting down on your signature footprint, then that's something where this bag has a big benefit. So this bag also gets rid of that horizontal molly, and it now introduces molly where you put it in a more traditional way, okay? Now I have, and then that lets you put accessories in here, such as this is the GoRuck GR2 field pocket. So that way I can have this in here. This is normally where I keep my mosquito repellent, my blanket, my towel. I use all this type of stuff whenever I'm rucking. Just a way to keep me, if I need these items whenever I'm rucking. So I like to keep the field pocket up here. But included with this bag is a range bag. You actually get a range bag with this bad boy. And this bag is really, really nice. Also IR, but it has space in here for up to 8 magazines. Okay, so you get 8 magazine slots, plus an area back here, which arguably you can put 2 weapons in here if you put them in here correctly. It's very big. It has a pocket right here, and it stands up well on its own. So you can use it at a range or whatever, or you can use it for whatever you want. So this bag is included with that purchase. And this pouch right here is not that tactic gaming pouch, the one above it. This right here is included with the purchase of this bag. So you can put more accessories in here. You still get this top pocket if you want that. So I think that they upped the value a lot. So you're paying that additional $100, but you're getting the genuine multicam. You're getting now these bags are made in Taiwan, but multicam is manufactured in the United States. So to put these bags together, they're made overseas, but the design and a lot of the materials are made here in the States. So in Taiwanese made bags are freaking fantastic. So you're gonna really like it. This grab handle, really, really beefy on the top of this, feels really good. These bags are they are really, really hard to beat. Competitors to these bags right now, I would say one of the biggest competitors for me personally is probably going to be the Brown Buffaloes. And I have my field pocket is top heavy, so it makes the bag fall over. When it comes to like being able to self-stand, this Brown Buffalo bag is competing with it a lot. If I take my field pocket out, this will stand a lot better. This one has a weight at the bottom right now. This bag self-stands like crazy as well. Now this is a 21 liter bag. This is a 25 liter bag. With that bat wing, it makes it closer to 30 liters. Now let's just be real. This is like really more like, if I tested this, I think this is more like a 27 liter bag. It holds a lot. They call this a 21 liter bag. I think it's 25 liters. So that just lets you know bag companies, they estimate small on purpose and give you more room, some of the bigger companies. Also, Brown Buffalo has bigger zippers, but they both are using Cordura, but I'm a big old fan of both. Let me know, what do you think about the Pelican Aegis, whether it's the multicam or the now OG 25 liter travel version. So that's what those are kind of rocking out there. Pelican's putting out a lot of stuff. I would love to know, would you pick up something like this? Is this something you would be interested in? I would love to know what your comments down below. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.